Falling in love is a beautiful thing, and saying yes to that proposal sounds exciting. But before you start sending out those invitation letters and picking up your wedding colors, there is a storm that every couple must survive. And it's not a wedding budget. Here's the truth. It's the test that tests whether your relationship is built on emotions or is built in covenant foundation. Because here's the thing, anyone can smile through dates, can smile through vacations and romantic gestures. But marriage isn't made in the sunshine. It's figured out in the storm. It's orchestrated and brought through fire and storm. The wedding is just one day, but marriage will last forever. The marriage is every day. After that, and the storms don't wait until your honeymoon is over to arrive. They come to reveal if what you built is real. So, before you start planning for that wedding, before you start sending out invitation letters and picking these colors and being excited about it, ask yourself this. Number one, have you survived the storm of conflict? Because it's easy to love when there is no disagreement. But how do you both handle anger? How do you both handle misunderstanding? How do you both handle disappointment? Because in these areas are the ones that really determine how your marriage will. This is a storm that you need to overcome. This is a storm that you need to go through, and you need to pass through this test. Because do you fight to win? Because there are couples who want to argue so that they can win. Or do you fight for peace? You need to choose carefully, and you need to come out of the other side of the storm, winning and being on the win side. Because even in Proverbs 15:1, a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. So, are you sure that you have survived the storm of conflict? If your answer is yes, maybe you should wait for the next storm. And it is, have you survived the storm of pressure? Yeah. Family expectations. Family expect you to have attained this, to have achieved this, to choose this partner. Are you experiencing financial strain? Are you financially compatible? Have you won spiritual battles in your life? Are you aligning with your person, with your spouse in these areas? Because these things will all pass on your relationship. They will be there. If pressure already pulls you apart, if pressure makes you disagree, then marriage will only magnify it in this relationship, in this courtship that you are. If you can't survive the storm of pressure, don't think that entering into marriage will definitely make things easy. No, it won't. It will only magnify in it. And this you can find yourself in James 1:3-4. Because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance, let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. So, the other question, another storm that you should ask yourself is, have you survived the storm of temptation? Because purity isn't just about saying no before marriage, because that can be easy. It's about building that trust in marriage. It's about building that connection that will last in marriage. Because anyone, a lot of people wait on marriage. People go through purity and they manage it. But can this loyalty, can this faithfulness, can all these temptations make you last in an entire marriage? Because if temptations always wins now, covenant won't magically fix it later. You can't just wait for marriage so that you can feel that you can say no. You need to say the no now. You need to sacrifice the now. Because if you just compromise, if you just let temptations have the best of you, then marriage will only magnify it and you'll be in for trouble. So in 1 Corinthians 10:13, no temptations has overtaken you expect what is common to mankind, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. So God is also faithful, and He won't let us be tempted beyond what we can bear, because Christ lives in us and He is there for us all. The other storm that you need to survive, and the question you need to ask yourself is, have you survived the storm of waiting? Because delays test patience. You want to feel like you deserve this thing. You've waited for long. And sometimes in the waiting, we grow impatient and we don't know wait. What you do both while waiting is very important. It reveals if you are rooted in God's timing or just pushing out of fear. Because we want to do things in our own way, because we doubt, we are filled with fear, anxiety, and all that. But if you can still wait, if you can put the boundaries and observe purity and wait for things and wait for God's time, then this is some good thing that is rooted in God, because you know the waiting is very crucial. If waiting makes you bitter, marriage will make you restless. So it's time that this moment you pray, you discern more so that you can have the patience of waiting, so that it cannot turn into bitterness. In Isaiah 40:1, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Storms, we need to know they are not a punishment, they are just a preparation, preparing you for what's to come. And in this moment is where you need to go through this molding so that you can be equipped for what's coming. You can be equipped for marriage. They strip away illusions, expose weakness, and reveal why love is based on convenience or commitment. Whether love is based in commitment or convenient. Are you loving because it's convenient? Do you want to marry because it's convenient for you? Or are you building this covenant? Are you committed in all along? What is your motive in all this? So before you start picking a venue, before you start sending out letters, before you start imagining and budgeting your wedding, ask yourself if you have survived the kind of storms that proves you are anchored in Christ. Have these conversations with your spouse. Look at yourself, search through your heart, and find out if you've really survived these storms. Because if you rush and you work out and you don't bypass these storms, then it only magnify it during marriage and in marriage, because wedding is just a day and the marriage will last forever. So I hope this video really opened up your eyes, and I hope you subscribe, comment, and see you